This is such a big summer for Manchester United to get right, with so much improvement required, and we can't really afford any major mistakes in this window. Bringing in more goals was the obvious priority, and I agree with that. There's a conversation I want to have around the goalkeeper situation, around Andre Onana, and about a mistake I'm scared that United are going to make. If you ask 100 United fans now what the biggest priority is this summer, most of you are still going to say signing a striker. Some of you might say number 10. There's going to be a fair few of you that will say United need to sign a new goalkeeper. And yeah, I'm unsure whether we're going to. I'm pretty worried that we won't. I want to explain why, all right? Give me 10 minutes of your time and you can let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think United will sign a new goalkeeper, yes or no? Type it in the chat. Well, in the comments. Not live show. Going into this summer, right, I think there were two priorities, both ends of the pitch. In terms of picking up immediately more points, number one, score more goals. Okay, right, how about we go and sign Cunha, and try and sign Mbeumo, and we bring in Premier League goals to the team. Boom. Okay, number two, how about we become better defensively? Now, we actually kept quite a lot of clean sheets last season. But when it comes to Onana, right, it was this moment for me when my opinion just sort of shifted. If you had asked me in March, do I think United need to prioritise a new goalkeeper this summer? I probably would have said no. But that Lyon game was where my opinion really shifted. Onana's never been the transformational goalkeeper I thought he could be at the club. It almost feels like that time when he was chipped in the pre-season at Old Trafford, that he's just never been confident since. He's never been the goal scorer, shot stopper that I wanted him to be, nor playing out from the back with the ball. Right now, though, we're hearing that United are sort of focused on other things. Maybe that is signing Mbeumo. Maybe that is signing another striker to go alongside it. But I think it would be a massive mistake if United were to go into next season with Onana as our number one goalkeeper. I think it'd be a massive mistake. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty scared they're going to do it. Look, Onana, according to reports, Fabrizio Romano saying, look, United aren't desperate to sell Onana. And I don't think desperate's the wrong word. I think we're desperate to sell Sancho. We're desperate probably to move Rashford on. We're desperate to find a new club for Garnacho. Nothing's broken down with Onana, so I don't think desperate is the right word. But I want him to be moved on, and I want the club to be able to replace him. Now, we're seeing reports linking Monaco with a move for Onana, and that's about as far as the links have gone. I don't think United are actively looking to find a club for him in the same way that we are with Sancho and Anthony and all those other players. But it doesn't mean that I think we should keep him, because we shouldn't, man. Tom Heaton's staying on as a third-choice goalkeeper. I think we should be moving by Indiron and Onana. However, I don't think Onana should be staying, but I also don't think that Emi Martinez is the answer. And definitely not for the 40 million prices that we're seeing lauded about. Honestly, I don't know where they pulled that out of their arse. Not with Villa's PSR, where they are, right at the bottom. They can only spend 15 million, I think, without being in breach of PSR this summer. They need to sell. The idea that they can command 40 mil for a 32, 33-year-old goalkeeper is quite laughable, really. There seems to be a lot of noise coming from the Argentinian side, probably from his agent's side, trying to get some negotiations, I know some leverage in the negotiations. But I do not think, even if, in my opinion, Onana should be leaving, the answer is not Martinez. Anybody who watched the video that we did earlier this summer, and we spoke about the future of Onana, we spoke about options, you'll know who my choice to replace him was. But that player's now joined Barcelona. Joan Garcia for 25 million euros would have been an absolute steal. Maybe United put out the feelers and found out from his representatives he's only interested in joining Barcelona. There's no point you coming in because you'll be wasting your time. Potentially. But that's kind of hypothetical. But it just hasn't worked out with Onana. And the reason that I'm sort of worried and I'm scared about it is because, maybe scared is the wrong word, more worried. Onana's just going to directly cost us points next season. What we need... The importance of the modern goalkeeper has gone up and up and up with the shift towards playing out from the back. when did that really start? I mean, it's always been there, but it's just grown in importance. I don't have the confidence in Onana anymore as a fan. I can only speak from a fan perspective, but I'd be amazed if those United players and those United defenders look behind them, saw Onana and go, yeah, man, the confidence is there. And as I've told you earlier in the video, it was that game against Lyon, 2-0 up. Was it 2-0 up? I think we were cruising, and just two mistakes from Onana. Obviously, we went through, so it didn't actually affect the outcome of the two-legged tie, but that shouldn't. He's done that plenty of times in Europe. He's done it too many times in a United shirt. Now, for me personally, to have confidence in next season, do I think he'll be a better goalkeeper next season? Potentially, maybe. But do I want United to take, and this is the ultimate sort of point I'm making, do I want United to take that risk that he could be a better goalkeeper next season? No. I would prefer that United moved him on and put their gamble elsewhere. I don't actually know what the solution is here. And it's not really my job to know the solution. We can look at options, and we did look at options, and all of a sudden the best option actually signed for Barca. So, well, there you go. I can't tell you what the solution is. I can't tell you who the right goalkeeper to bring is, because I thought Andre Onana was the right goalkeeper. I was convinced he was the right goalkeeper. And other than saying that we shouldn't sign Harry Kane because it will stunt James Wilson's growth, which will forever be known as my worst take, understandably so. It's so bad that I keep reminding people how bad it was. I could just let it lie and people probably forget about it. But anyway, saying that Andre Onana would be a transformational signing for United is right up there. Whatever it was, whether it was the pressure of playing for United, whether it was being chipped in Old Trafford and all of a sudden regressing and not coming out of his box, whatever it was, the player that played at Inter Milan has never really played in a United shirt. The Andre Onana I thought we were signing is not the Andre Onana that we've signed. And it's been 2 years, and the same rule applies for Højlund as it does for Onana, in my opinion. If at the end of that second season you haven't shown that development, then United should be moving them on. Is there too much going on this summer for us to be able to sell Onana and replace him? I don't particularly think so. Because I imagine you'll be able to get somewhere between 20 and 30 million for Onana if you send him to whether it's Monaco or whether it's a Saudi club. And I think we'll be able to get a decent enough goalkeeper in for that price. Not exactly sure who it is. You can let me know in the comments now that Garcia can't be joining. I don't know. But what I do know is that I don't want Onana to be our #1 next season. He might end up being, if reports are indeed correct, that United aren't desperate to sell Onana. I just think it'll be an oversight. And I just don't really feel in a summer where there's going to have to be risks taken, and next season where there has to be risks taken. For me, keeping Onana as our #1 is not a risk I think is worth taking.